Hello everyone, welcome to another motovlog on my channel. My name is Marshall3498. In today's motovlog, I'd like to do a owner's review of my 2022 Kawasaki KLR 650 Traveler Edition. This is, I put right at 350 miles on the bike now, and I feel like now that I've ridden it long enough, it's a good time to do more of a, I wouldn't say a long-term review because I haven't put that many miles on it, but a short-term owner's review on what the bike's like to live with day to day. You know, on these 350-ish miles I put on the bike, I've commuted to work on it. I've done tons of little back road stuff like this, which KLR is absolute blast on. It's very, even though it does have a 21-inch front wheel, it's very flickable and really easy to move side to side, you know, because the bikes are fairly light. You know, there's just a tick over 450, maybe 465, something like that. Maybe 470, depending on, you know, how much gas it had in it. But I mean, the bike's been great. It's got you know, really good road manners, and there's a deer right there. I don't know if y'all caught that. A lot of deer in the area I live in, especially around here. The lake is literally like 100 yards to my left. But you know, the bike's been great. It's not giving me any problems. Yes, it's taken a little bit to get used to, you know, because I come from a street bike only background, and my second bike that I currently have now is a 2016 Yamaha FJR, which is, there's a big difference on far as you know, the way both bikes ride compared to each other, and so that's been a little bit learning curve. If you're wondering, the Traveler model does come with ABS, the top box, which you can't see because it's behind me, and you know, your USB right here on my left, where my left hand is, and then on my right is the traditional cigarette lighter, where you can put, you know, a single port outlet or a dual port or three, whichever you can get them in now. You know, the bike's been great. The brakes are adequate. I wouldn't say they're great, even with ABS, but they do the job of stopping pretty well. They have pretty good feel, pretty good bite. Good progressive feel at the lever, especially the front. Not too much brake dive, but there is a little bit, but not a terrible amount. So, you know, there's that. But the bike's been awesome. I've really enjoyed my time with it so far, and have, you know, have really just enjoyed putting miles on the bike. There are a couple little negatives. One is, you know, I'm not used to this style of bike, so to me it's been a little bit of a learning curve, but not too bad. I'm 5 foot 10 inches tall, 100 with a 32-inch inseam. I weigh 175 pounds, and the suspension feels really nice to me. It's on the soft side, but it's not. It's soft without being real floaty and bouncy and just pogo sticky, if that's even a word or a way to describe it. That's the only way I can think of in my head how to tell you how the bike feels. But the bike's it's been really good. It's been a lot of fun. It's been enjoyable, and I've just really enjoyed my time with it. And it's been a fun little bike to get used to. You know, I've never had a brand new motorcycle. I've had one brand new car in my life. See, as I said, the lake right there, how pretty. This is the kind of roads that I'm blessed with to literally live like not even 5 minutes from where I live. East Tennessee's beautiful. Look at that. Almost makes me wish to have another boat again, but no, not really. Maybe to borrow somebody's, but that's about it. But you know, the bike's been awesome. It's been a lot of fun. It's very well put together. The headlight LED was, like a lot of people, and it's still out of adjust a little bit, was way pointed up in the sky. Like I was riding the bike at night about a week after I got it for the first time, and I noticed the high beams were like you know, 20 feet in the air, and the low beam was like 15 feet in the air. So I adjusted that way down, which on these bikes is actually really easy if you just use a short Phillips head screwdriver, a real stubby one. It's actually like right there. I can almost touch it while riding. It's a silver screw, and it really sticks out right beneath the headlight and to the left of it. I'm sure if you look in maybe your owner's manual, if anybody you owns these bikes knows that it's right there, and it's very easy to adjust. It takes a lot of turns to adjust it down. I turned mine, I don't know how many turns, you know, stubby screwdriver, you can't turn a lot, but I turned it for a good while, and it's still a little high, but it's much better than what it was. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on this road. I've only been on this road once or twice, and it's don't really know exactly where I'm going. But you know, the bike's it's been a lot of, like I said, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a little bit hard to get used to. The motor does have a certain sweet spot. Hopefully I'm not going to a dead end here. The motor does have a sweet spot. It really likes to be revved in of like 1,000 RPMs from what I can tell without a tachometer. Thanks, Kawasaki. Yeah, I don't think, oh Lord, nope, I'm gonna go this way because that's obviously blocked. But see, like right there, the motor does have a certain point it likes to be at. It doesn't like to be lugged down low, but yet it doesn't like to be wound real up high. It has a certain sweet spot that you have to kind of keep it in for it to not really chug like it's you know, lugging down. And then it has to be above that, you know, as far it's above that when it's making power and you know, going down the road in a good, you know, as far as power delivery goes. And then to a certain point it just kind of starts, you could rev it out a little bit more, but this bike's still breaking in, so I'm not really doing that. But you could rev it out a little bit more past there, but it's not really going to do much else. The motor reaches a certain plateau that it's happy at, and any higher than that, even if it was broken in, you'd really just be winding it for no reason. Because I think these motors, you know, they're pretty much been unchanged. They did make a couple changes for it in Gen 2, but they did make a few other changes to it in Gen 3, like, of course, fuel injection. They redid the camshaft for more mid-range power. But they only rev to like 7,000, so it's not a screamer, it's not a revver bike. Only makes like 42 horsepower at the crank and like 45 pounds of torque. So see, like right there, fifth gear, 40 miles an hour, it's kind of chugging. It'll do that, but if you're on flat, but if you start trying to go up this hill like that, it doesn't like that. Fourth is much better. Third, that's the meat of the power right there, about where I was at in third, and whatever RPM it was at, I have no idea. But you know, the bike's been flawless. It's like I said, it's been a lot of fun. That's the only really negative I have about it, is the motor, like I said, likes to be in that certain RPM range, and a lot of motors are like that. And with a single cylinder of only 650cc, I'm not asking for the world here. I ride this bike, I like cruising speeds. It handles well enough, but I definitely wouldn't try to hustle it. This is not sport bike performance at all as far as handling goes, but I mean, I've ridden it a couple roads that I know pretty well and kind of hustling it to see what it do, and it does pretty well if you keep it at a moderate pace. But any much more above that, you know, you're on fairly tall, skinny tires, both front and rear. Are you really gonna gain much from pushing it, other than you're going to be more in a zone that the bike's gonna get out of shape and it may hurt the bike and you? So but moderate pace to cruising pace, the bike's really happy at. It does a really good job, and it's a lot of fun to ride. The riding position is super comfortable. You know, my back is pretty upright overall. The bars are nice and wide and up high to make standing up riding position when riding off-road feel very nice. I'm not taking the bike off-road yet because I don't have any crash protection on at all. No bark busters, Still stock skid, plastic skid plate, all that stuff. But I am going to try to do that within the coming months once the bike gets fully broken in and I get some drop protection on it. Is to start doing some, you know, just light off-roading, some like forest logging roads and stuff like that, and just see what the bike feels like. But on that, guys, if you've not already done so, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you that I covered in this video. But on that, guys, ride safe, have fun. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.